welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 things that you should do before starting a YouTube channel. If you guys are new to my channel, I make videos all about intentional living, how to improve your mindset, to set yourself up for success, and I also talk about different ways to make money online. So I've been a YouTuber for, I think I'm coming up 4 years now, so it's been a long time, and I have learned so many different things within the past 4 years. I did it pretty much for funsies for the first 2 years, and then the third year I took it more seriously. But there are so many things that I wish I had done differently when I first started my channel that I feel like newer channels can really benefit from. So I'm gonna go down the list of the top things, and hopefully this can help you guys out. So this is one thing I feel like I'm only now just starting. I know it's crazy it's taken me this long, but YouTube can be a very distracting place, especially as a content creator. You go on YouTube and you look at everyone else's video ideas. It's easy to just mimic ideas that have already been going on from successful channels that are way bigger than yours, especially if you're a newbie. But something that I wish I had done, and something that I'm actually starting to do, is basically be a little bit more polarizing. So what I mean by that is, rather than trying to mimic a channel that has already had massive success like years before you have, I think it's more important to niche down and really try to target a specific audience to where they come back to you time and time again. Throughout my career on YouTube, I've done a bunch of different topics. I've done a blogging series, cooking, cleaning, vlogs, and I was just kind of all over the place here and there, and I'd attract people that had different kinds of interests. So my biggest tip for this is to try and attract one particular person. There's this phrase that I've recently learned. It's called riches are in the niches, and it basically means that if you try to reach everyone, in the end you're gonna reach no one. So really try and understand who you're targeting and make specific videos based on their interest alone. The second thing you should do before starting a YouTube channel is basically come up with a strategy month by month that is gonna help you gauge your analytics, and it's gonna help you understand what is performing and what is not performing. So I know this is kind of hard to do right when you have no videos, so you're probably going to want to start this like a month in, or actually the first week after you posted. You can start looking at analytics, but you need to have a strategy for video ideas that goes hand in hand with my first tip, which is create videos based on the niche you're targeting. And you need to come up with a topic list of ideas on videos that are actually going to rank in the search of YouTube. So for years, I literally just made videos on whatever I wanted because I found it so fun. I thought, oh, I like vlogging, so other people might want to watch my life, which in the end, actually, as you guys know who are watching, you guys do like vlogs, but that's not necessarily something that people actually search in YouTube's search engine. People don't really necessarily search mom vlogs, and if they did search that, there's a high chance that your vlog's not going to come up if you're a newer channel. So rather than doing just kind of whatever you feel like and whatever you're passionate about, you can still do videos on topics that you are interested in, but try and gear them in a way that is actually searched on YouTube. So for instance, if you want to put up a cooking video about your favorite soup, don't title the video "My Favorite Soup for Winter," but maybe incorporate it in a way that is going to actually get searched. So quick meal ideas for winter 2018 or something like that. So making searchable videos should be your #1 goal, at least for the first year of YouTube. And then I would recommend branching out into vlogs and more like topics that people don't necessarily search, just because it is your interest. The third thing that actually might surprise some of you guys, but it is one of my biggest tips and something that I think that you should do before even starting a YouTube channel, is actually start your own website. I see a lot of YouTubers that they don't have a blog or they don't have their own website, and I almost want to cringe. Now, I know I'm not an expert with everything. I don't have the biggest channel in the world, but I do have some business sense when it comes to like establishing yourself online and putting all of your eggs into one basket, aka YouTube. And God forbid something happens to YouTube and you lose all of your audience, that would just be a huge blow to your career. So creating a website to where your audience can go to if something happens to YouTube, but beyond the fact that something might or might not happen to YouTube, I think it's really important to have a website just to establish credibility online for brands, for your audience. And it's also a great source to capture people's emails to where if something did happen, you still have their information and a way to contact them. So I do have a newsletter. I'll put it down below if you guys are interested. When you actually own your own platform, aka your website, you have full control of it. So depending on what avenue you want to take your YouTube channel, if you want to sell a t-shirt or a candle, or if you want to sell sell a course or some kind of an ebook. You can't really do any of that stuff unless you own your own website. And I wish I had known that basing all of my income earning potential from Google AdSense and other little smaller ways, and also the bulk of it being sponsorships like most YouTubers, isn't necessarily the only way you can go. So if you have your own website from the start, you can sell things from your website and you just have more, I guess, like business control over your brand. So with that being said, today's video is actually sponsored by Wix. It's basically a platform where you can go and build your own website. Doug actually built one of his websites through Wix, and I will show screenshots throughout the video to where you guys can see how easy it is to build a website on Wix. I know a lot of you guys might be intimidated with building your own website. It seems super daunting. You're gonna probably imagine that you would need to know how to code or need to know like how to put graphics on pages, and it just sounds crazy. But with Wix, if you have seriously no experience at all with building a website, they make it 10 times easier for you. Their platform is so simple. You just drag and drop different widgets to like whatever side of the website you want, and it automatically populates like whatever you want on your website. Although the platform is super simple to navigate, it's actually really professional and robust. So you can have a really beefed up website. So if you want to have a blog, for instance, which I'm sure most of you guys do, they have a specific Wix blog platform to where it's perfect for if you want to build your own custom blog. They also have a bunch of amazing different features. So they have reliable hosting to where you guys can have like yourname.com, for instance, rather than like haleypage.wix.com. So they host it for you to where the URL is just your name or whatever your business is.com. They have custom domains and mailboxes and also email marketing as well. So it's amazing, it's safe and secure, and they are such a reliable source for building your own website. The other thing I really love about Wix is that you have total creative freedom. You can create your website in any way you want. Not to mention it is technologically advanced. So if you're just a novice website builder, if you've never done it before, or if you are a professional and you know about websites, their platform enables you to create whatever you want on your own terms. So I'll go ahead and put on the screen here what one of my husband's websites looks like. So as you can tell, it's super professional looking. It doesn't look like someone that has never designed a website designed this one. So go ahead and click on the link below. I will put it in the description box if you guys want to check it out and try it for yourself. So the next thing I would do before starting a YouTube channel is going to be a little bit controversial, just because I feel like every YouTube guru online says it's better to start than want to be perfect one day and never end up starting, which I totally agree with. However, I really wish from the very beginning I had treated YouTube like I was starting a business. Now, unless you're doing YouTube as a hobby, which I feel like for most people and a lot of the stay-at-home moms that are wanting to do YouTube full-time, or not even just stay-at-home moms, literally anybody that is wanting to do YouTube and make an income, they don't necessarily want to do it for funsies. And I totally understand. As an adult, it is very hard to put so much time and effort and invest in resources. The time might be taken away from being with your friends or your family or your current job. You might have to work late hours because you work full-time. That is all very hard to do for free. And in the end, I feel like most people want to have some type of monetary gain from pouring their heart and soul into something. So I really wish I had treated YouTube like a business and got the best camera equipment, not the very best, but more high quality camera equipment than just shooting on my iPhone or just shooting like on a little tiny PowerShot camera. So I do agree that if you don't have a lot of money, you should just use whatever you have, and you need to just start today, right now. Don't delay your time at all. However, if you are looking to really gain an audience as fast as you possibly can, put your best foot forward, get your videos ranked, and build your audience, you're gonna have a much easier time doing that if your video quality and your lighting is much higher quality than if it was shot on an iPhone. So I will go ahead and link below all of the stuff that I use to shoot all of the different videos on my channel and the content on my social media platforms. I do have one really expensive camera that I'm actually filming on right now, the Canon 6D. And the only reason I have that one is because I use it for blog photography and video footage. That's not necessary for if you're just doing YouTube. I just wanted an all-in-one camera because I like to take pictures as well of my family and for social media. But I would recommend the Canon G7X. I've bought two so far, so obviously I'm obsessed with it. The focus quality is amazing. It makes your video image very bright and very light. Nothing's ever dark. I know it is very expensive, but like I said, if you're wanting to create a business on YouTube, because I think a lot of people mistake having a YouTube channel as just like being their little hobby, but really you shouldn't treat it like that because a lot of money and time goes into it. If you're wanting to make it a sustainable career or even just make side income from it, you need to invest something. So I know that camera is expensive and other ones like it are expensive, but the only thing I can really recommend besides obviously saving your money for the camera or for better camera equipment, Amazon does have a financing program where you can finance at 0%. And I don't recommend financing, but when it's 0% and this is something that is your biggest passion, it is up to you. So I'm just throwing that out there. I will leave a link to my equipment, my light boxes. I'm actually just using one light box and then like natural light on this side. But the light boxes are fairly inexpensive on Amazon. So yeah, I will link everything below. And that is my best advice before you even start a channel. The next thing I think you should do before starting a YouTube channel is basically prepare for a long ride of no one watching. Now, I hope that anyone watching this video who's creating their own channel gets a ton of views all at once. But for most people that have zero audience besides their mom, dad, and friends, it is very hard to build an audience within a short amount of time. And you might see other channels that do it and you're just beating yourself up over the fact that you're not getting enough views or it's hard to get started. Why are they getting so many views? But just remember that the majority of people that are successful on YouTube, they have been doing it for years and years. So you really cannot compare yourself to the random unicorn example of someone who just kind of like sprouted up out of nowhere and got a bunch of subscribers. Those examples are rare and they are few and far between. Most people that are successful have really grinded for years and years, found what they are good at, found what they're bad at, and it is all part of the journey. But just remember that you should have fun while you're creating your videos. Don't stress out over views as much at first because they are going to be low. Just really focus on your progression, and when you do look at your analytics, as long as you are growing and not going the opposite way, you are doing a good job. Keep at it. It takes a long time, but it is totally worth the few years of sacrifice for working for yourself and having more of an income than you probably would at your 8 to 5. The next thing I would do before starting a channel is really set up your social media presence. A lot of people ask me what they should title their channel or their social media handles. Should I use my last name? They might be worried about privacy, which is totally understandable in this day and age when everything is online. But in my opinion, I think it's better to brand yourself as a personal brand, like as a person, rather than choosing a specific niche. Just because one year you might be really interested in reviewing, let's say, camera equipment, and the next year you have a child, and then your interests totally shift and you want to talk about your children, or you just don't know where your interests are gonna lie. Unless you're certain, I think it's better to just personally brand yourself rather than boxing yourself in and choosing a phrase or a word that is going to keep you in one category. So that being said, I do recommend naming all your social media handles the same. I didn't do that. My YouTube is youtube.com/darlingdetails, which is my first blog. But everything worked out, so it doesn't really matter in the end. But if I were you, I definitely name them all the same. My next tip is pure gold, and it's actually something that I've been doing for years, and it has really enabled me to grow my channel pretty rapidly within the past couple years, and that is called batch uploading and bulk filming. So I learned this from a bunch of different like YouTube gurus online. There are a couple that I watch, which I will link down below, but they basically all kind of say the same thing. Everybody pretty much has limited time, especially since I've had my first child and now I'm going on to my second. I really have hardly any time to do anything for myself unless I hire a babysitter or my husband watches her. But most of my time I want to spend with my family. I don't want to be spending it filming videos like every day of the week. So what I will do is I will pick a couple days of the week and film a few different videos on each day. And the max I can personally do is film 3 videos in one day that are sit down. And if I don't do that, I'll do 2 sit down videos and 1 like routine or 1 like vlog style video. So I do that on Mondays and Wednesdays. Sometimes Fridays if I am pre-filming and I want to film a lot of content. Rather than waking up early every single day like before your children, or even if you don't have children, filming every single day of the week is just very time consuming and can make you really drained really fast. So picking 1 day a week and filming 3 videos will get you set up for the next week, and you can do that every single week and you'll have videos for the entire week rather than stressing out every single day about not having time to film a video. It's the same for more preparation because I find that if I don't prepare my videos in advance, it takes me 10 times longer to get them done. So I will have my light boxes set up, my camera set up the night before, my outfits laid out, the script's already done, and a lot of stuff does go behind the scenes into filming, like even just a sit down video, a lot of research. I also plan out my tags and my description and also what I'm gonna title the video. All of that needs to be done eventually, but it's better to just have it done before you do the video so you're all set up. So that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys are new, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you like it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.